In this video, I want to show you some details of the RefWorks user interface. I'm going to cover the most important items rather than attempting to cover everything. Some things we'll come back to in later videos. Our first stop will be the Reference tab in the navigation bar. If you hover over it, you will see three options. Let's look at the first two options now. Add New pops up a form that you can fill in with citation metadata. The fields that display by default are determined by what citation style you want to use and by the reference type. For example, the journal article reference type asks for articles names, article title, name of the periodical, and then the publication information such as year, volume, issue number, and pagination. Whereas book type shows you a different set of metadata fields. The fields that display for any given reference type will vary depending on what the citation style is that you want to use. So APA or Chicago styles ask for the full name of the journal title, whereas AMA wants the abbreviated periodical title. Note if you think you may need to use more than one citation style for different papers, it's wise to go to the Additional Fields area and fill in other metadata fields as you see fit. I generally like to fill in both the full name and the abbreviated title of a journal, since I may not know up front which citation style I'll be using. The RefWorks user interface also has a new References button that is a shortcut for the References Add New option. The other option I want to mention under the Reference tab is Import. This option lets you import a text file containing citation metadata marked up following very specific formatting rules. Those formatting rules vary from one database to another, so you need to tell RefWorks which one you'll be using by setting the Import Data field and by selecting the correct database. To see an example of using this option, check out the Saving to RefWorks video in the Introduction to PubMed module of this class. Let's explore the View menu next. View All References should be fairly obvious. It lets you see all the references you have stored to date, regardless of what folder they are in, or whether they are in a folder at all. View Duplicates gives you several options for determining if you have imported a given reference multiple times. View Deleted References lets you view items that you have marked for deletion. RefWorks retains deleted items in this folder for 30 days, so you can restore them if you need them again. I'm going to jump momentarily to the right sidebar because here is where you can go to browse your folders. In this brand new RefWorks account, there are no folders beyond My List, Not in a Folder, and Last Imported folder. Let's switch from this new account to another one where I've saved some references into a folder. Here you can see that I have placed 4 references in the Adolescent Obesity folder. And because I recently imported them into RefWorks, they're still stored in the RefWorks staging area, the Last Imported folder. We'll talk more about folders in a later video. I'll skip the search menu now, except to say that it includes a number of options for finding a specific reference you've saved in RefWorks, as well as an option for searching external databases. I'll cover that in a later video as well. The main thing I want to mention in the bibliography menu is the Create Bibliography button. Create Bibliography is also available as a button and as a quick link option in the sidebar. This option provides an easy way to create an on-the-fly bibliography of references from whatever folder you are currently viewing. You might want to do this, for instance, to create a handout for a presentation. I also like to do it so I can spot errors in my citation. Missing metadata, badly formatted entries, or extraneous information is sometimes easier to spot this way. If I'm in the adolescent obesity folder, I can either select the items I want to include by checking the checkbox next to the left of the reference ID, or I can select All and List. The page option really only matters if you have so many results in the folder that you have multiple pages of results. This option is seldom used. Once you have selected which references to include, select an output style and the file type. By default, the file type is HTML. This will allow you to display it in the browser, but you can also select rich text, Word, or OpenOffice. If an output style that you want is not in the output style list, use the Manage Output Styles button to add it to your favorites. Once you are ready, click the Create Bibliography button. Viewing it as HTML, here's what it looks like in APA 6th edition. And then again in AMA. In my AMA bibliography, I see immediately that the first record in the list has some sort of error in the DOI field. I should fix it if I can, or go back and delete that information from the record. If it appears in this quick bibliography, it will also appear when I cite it in my paper. The Tools menu has some advanced options. Write and Cite is a separate piece of software that installs as a Word plugin. It lets you cite references from RefWorks into your Word document and then create a bibliography from those cited works. RefGrabIt is a browser bookmarklet tool that lets you capture metadata from a web page and import it into RefWorks. More on these in later videos. RefWorks provides two excellent help resources. The tutorial option takes you to RefWorks in their YouTube channel, where there are playlists of instructional videos that you can consult. The Launch Help File option opens up RefWorks comprehensive documentation. Here you will find documentation on how to change settings, how to import references from a given database, how to use Write and Cite, and more. Links to both the video tutorials and the online documentation can also be found in the RefWorks and Write and Cite library guide. You can easily get to the library's help page by clicking the additional information link in RefWorks.